Hi! Thank you for coming to the Casey Mariah YouTube channel, and today I'm so excited to show you this Charlotte Tilbury glow look that I have got going on. I haven't done a video in a little while because we had a huge exam this week, and leading up to that exam I stayed on campus until midnight about 4 days in a row. After that exam I took a day to just take a mental break and give my mind a rest, give myself a rest, and honestly just do some laundry. All kinds of you have been asking me my makeup routine, so that's really what I wanted to be able to show you today. So I'm so excited to start from scratch and show you the steps that I take, the products that I use to get this glow look. I have been so exhausted this week, so I have been living off of caffeine, as if I don't do that already. And honestly, if you've never been to the Omni Grove Park Inn in Asheville, North Carolina, I think you should go. It's a hotel basically, but they have so many other things you can do. It's honestly gorge. I have a spotlight on my Instagram where you can see where I took a trip to Omni Grove, and that's where I got that coffee cup. It's the cutest. So my headband is from Aslan Hope, a boutique downtown Johnson City. My pearl earrings, which I put on to kind of match the pearls on my headband, are Kate Spade. I'm wearing Fried Treasures necklace that I love. And then my top is from Aerie. Keep watching to see my glow makeup routine, and then at the end I talk about the giveaway that I have ongoing right now. I recently attended a Charlotte Tilbury online seminar where Charlotte Tilbury and Kate Moss were doing their makeup with Charlotte Tilbury's products, and I learned some tips and tricks, certain products and how they work, and I'm so excited to take what I learned from that seminar and apply that to this glow look that I'm about to teach you all. Speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, if you go on her website, they have these free consultations that you can take part in. I believe each of them are 15 minutes, but there's 3 different ones. One is called Ask Anything, where you can literally ask anything off the wall that has to do with skincare or makeup. Another one is called Foundation Experts, where you can get an expert to help you find the shade that you need specifically for your foundation, but for other things as well, and what works best with your skin tone and the look that you're going for. And then they have another one that is research related skincare solutions, so you can go on there and the experts will help you get a skincare routine that you're looking for and that will target your skin specifically. And Charlotte Tilbury trains these experts that you will talk to during these free consultations. They are personalized for you. I do encourage you to get the Charlotte Tilbury products, whether that be makeup or skincare. But even if you just have questions, the consultations are free. So I also encourage you to go on there and meet with those experts that were trained by Charlotte and get the questions answered that you have lingering. So after I have moisturized my face with CeraVe moisturizing lotion, I like to start with some SPF. When I was younger, I honestly thought that you only needed SPF when you were at the beach or you were swimming as a kid out in the sun during the middle of summer, and your mom would cram that thick white lotion sunscreen on your face and all over your body. But honestly, we don't realize how much our skin is exposed to the sun. Your skin is being exposed to those UV rays. So I like to start out my makeup routine by using some SPF. I use Dermatology. This specific SPF is also a tinted moisturizer, so you get a little bit of a tint when you put this on, along with an SPF of 46, which is pretty high, especially just for a moisturizer. I will pump 1 or 2 pumps on my middle finger, and then I will rub that together between my hands. And you can see the tint in that moisturizer, and it has also a nice scent to it. It doesn't smell like your typical sunscreen that I was talking about like you used to use when you were little. So I'll start on my cheeks and get some of that on there, and my nose and my chin and my forehead. And if you'll notice, when I'm rubbing, I'll always start at the center of my face and rub that out, because when you're doing that, you're also lifting your skin So that moisturizer that I place on my skin, I'll start from the center, get that rubbed in really well, but making sure to be really gentle with my skin, starting from the center and going out towards your hairline and your ears. You can see that tinted moisturizer automatically puts a glow on your skin, but it ultimately protects your skin from the UVA and UVB rays. And when we protect ourselves from the sun and we protect our skin from the sun, we are creating an anti-aging phenomenon. So I do one more thing before I dive into the foundation, and this really does start the makeup process, but it is more of priming your face and getting ready for the rest of your makeup. I use Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter, and it is available in 12 shades. Those shades range all the way from a natural beige, which would be for your more fair skin tones, all the way to a deep mahogany that would be for your more deep skin tones. I like to use a shade that's a little bit lighter than my face. It'll give it that brightness and that glow. So I'm using shade 3, which is for light to medium skin. So this Flawless Filter comes with a great applicator. You can see the angle of the applicator really makes it fit well on your skin and rubs over really well. So I'll apply that directly to my skin using the applicator that comes with the Flawless Filter, and I'll put some of that on my cheeks and on my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead. And honestly, this stuff is the absolute best. If I'm not going anywhere too special, or if I just want more of a natural look, I'll just put on this Hollywood Flawless Filter and dab that in with my beauty blender, and then I'm good for the day. Just like the other techniques, I will use the same foundation brush that I'll use for my foundation. I'll put it over my face, but I won't worry too much about blending it in just yet. So again, using that same technique where I'm starting from the center of my face, rubbing towards my ear and towards my hairline, and I'll get it spreaded out pretty evenly, again without rubbing it in too much. So the point of the Flawless Filter is it blurs the appearance of any lines, or it also blurs your pores and gives you that smooth looking skin. The Flawless Filter creates a great glow base, and again, even if you're not going for the glow base, it's just gorge anyways. As you can see, that Dermatology tinted moisturizer along with the Flawless Filter creates a perfect base, and like I said, you don't even have to wear foundation if you don't want to. Once I get that spread it out evenly, I will take my beauty blender and make sure that that's pressed into my skin really well, still going from the center and working my way outwards. I will continue to just dab and make sure that that is worked into my skin really well so it doesn't smear, because no matter how good your foundation brush is, with this Hollywood Flawless Filter, will make those little lines, so the beauty blender really blends that in. My beauty blender is a little bit jank, but I got this from Ulta, and if you just type in beauty blender, it's usually the first one that pops up. Any beauty blender is fine though. After I've prepped my skin with the Dermatology tinted moisturizer, I will also prep my skin with a makeup primer. You can use whatever primer of your choice. There's all kinds of great foundation primers out there. I'm using Bare Minerals Prime Time. I'll do like I did with the moisturizer, and I'll put a little bit of that on one of my fingers. A lot of people won't use primer because I've heard them say that their faces are oily, and I get that, but if you're using a good primer, it shouldn't cause your face to be oily. The goal of primer is to prep your skin, mostly for your foundation, but for all of your makeup, and it should help make those pores disappear in your makeup. It should make your makeup look more flawless, and as you can tell, I'm doing the same technique that I do with the moisturizer, and once I get that good and rubbed in, then my face is prepped for the foundation. Now that I have prepped my skin with the Dermatology tinted moisturizer and the Hollywood Flawless Filter, I'm now ready for my foundation. I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Filter Foundation. This foundation actually comes in 45 shades which can be a little bit overwhelming. But like I said, they have those consultations where you can go on there and those experts can match you to your shade. The ranges of the shades are similar to the ranges of the Flawless filter I was telling you about, but just a little bit more broad of options that you can pick from. I'm wearing shade 7, which is warm. So with the foundation, I will pump just a little bit on the back of my hand. This foundation is so good. It doesn't take a lot to get that full coverage. If you want more coverage, you can of course use more. But the good thing about this foundation is it stays on all day. I found that there's an eyelash. I have found that if you're going for that glow look, most products are oily based, so they don't stay on your skin very long. They make your skin look oily. So I don't really have any particular order that I put my foundation on my face. Sometimes I'll start with my forehead. Sometimes I'll just start wherever I'm feeling. So I'll do similar to how I do the Flawless filter, where I will make sure to get the foundation evenly spread out on my skin, but we will use the beauty blender when we're focusing on making sure that it's really getting into the skin and there's no streaks with the foundation brush. And again, it really doesn't take a lot. If you want more coverage, you can of course use more, but I'm telling you, it doesn't take a lot. You saw the amount that I put on the back of my hand, and I honestly have just a little bit more left. So this foundation actually has a little bit of a matte finish, but because we've put that Flawless filter on there, you still get that pop of glow, as you can tell. Especially if you have oily skin, it tampons down that oiliness a little bit and still gives you that glow, which is hard to find. Again, I'm just taking my beauty blender, and that's literally what we're doing, is blending in the foundation. It sits so pretty on top of Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless filter that we put on before the foundation. And also make sure that you're rubbing that down past your jawline and your chin just a little bit, so you're not getting that cut line. And now for the absolute holy grail of my makeup routine, are Charlotte Tilbury's contour and highlight and blush kit. So you get the contour, you get the blush, and you also get the highlighting wand. After I have put on my foundation and I have used my beauty blender to blend that out, next I'll do the contour. Again, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood contour wand. It comes in 2 different shades, light to medium and medium to dark. And you're honestly going to be blown away when you see the color of this. I get the medium to dark. I say you're going to be blown away because I was honestly blown away when I got it. It's like really dark. But wait till you see how this blends, okay? Bear with me. Also, these wands are perfect. It comes with a sponge applicator, and what you do is you just twist it to where it's on, squeeze however much that you think you'll need onto the tip of it, and then lock it. Once that's locked, I will start to contour. I will dab it onto my forehead. Are you seeing how dark these spots are? Okay, just wait, just wait. If you have not been convinced by Charlotte Tilbury yet, you are about to. So I'll put that around the top of my forehead. I will put it here to cut my cheekbones, and then I will put it on my nose to cut my nose as well. Okay, are you ready for this? Going in with the same beauty blender that I use to spread my tinted moisturizer and my foundation, and I will start at the top and dab that around the top of my forehead. And I usually do one side, like, are you kidding? Are you seeing how well this blends? And then I will go to the other side and do the same thing. I bring it down onto my forehead a little bit, but having that color more concentrated towards my hairline. Honestly, when I first got that contour, I was like, this is not going to work. But what's crazy is sometimes I even end up putting more contour, and I will take that from my ear and come down to my lip, sometimes spreading it down just a little bit and spreading it up to meet that contour that was with my forehead, and then doing the same thing on the other side. You also want more of the contour color towards the outside of your face. And we want to be more bright towards the center of our face. And you can see it gets darker as I go towards my ear. Then with the nose, I will blend that down on the side of my nose, and then a little bit up into my eyebrow, and then across your nose. And what this does is it kind of we just want to make the nose disappear. If you think your nose looks a little bit too dark, just bear with me and you'll see how we can kind of tone that down and lighten up your nose. So at this step in my makeup routine, if I want to set in my contour just a little bit more, I will use Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Chic powder blush. Charlotte's Cheek to Chic powder blush is all two-toned, and I'm wearing the shade Walk of No Shame. This shade is two-toned with Berry Rose and Champagne. Sometimes I will use this as a blush, and then sometimes I will, like I said, kind of set in the contour a little bit more. It depends on how glowy I'm going for. So I will use a little bit of a tilted brush, and I will dab that into the Walk of No Shame Cheek to Chic powder blush. Just run that along where you did your contour just a little bit. This gives you a little bit of a sun-kissed tone because it has that berry in there, but because it has that champagne in there, we still get that glow look. So I've just dabbed that along where I've done my contour just a little bit. After we've contoured, we'll go in with the concealer, and I'm using Ilia's concealer. This is Ilia's True Skin Serum Concealer. This comes in 20 different shades, and I honestly don't know what shade I'm wearing. But when you're going to buy a concealer, it needs to be 2 or 3 shades lighter than your foundation. One of concealer's main goals is to lighten up parts of our skin. Ilia's concealer brush is so soft, and it conforms to my face so well because you'll see when I put the concealer on that this part bends a little bit and goes with where I need it to. So I'll put just barely any under here. And if you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I have dark circles, but it still does not take a lot of concealer. So I also don't do the huge triangle thing. I think that trend is kind of out the door now. So I'll just put a little bit right here in the corner of my eye, and then on the outside of my eyes. And if you haven't seen this trend yet, hold on to the seats of your chair, because we're going to take this concealer and not adding too much more concealer, but what's already there, and we're going to drag that out, and it's going to lift up our eyes, and we're going to blend that into the contour here on the sides of our face, and it's going to kind of cut into that contour and make our eyes look super lifted. Once I get my concealer where I want it to go for my eyes, I will take the same beauty blender that I've been using, and I like to pinch it and make it a little bit more pointed so I can really get in there well. And I will blend out the concealer that I have put under my eye, and I will blend that up onto my nose. And this is part of the lighting that I was telling you all about. If you feel like your nose is a little bit too dark, take that concealer up to that part of the contour and make it as bright as you please. Again, pinching my beauty blender, I will take this concealer, blend it out there at the corner of my eyes, and then blend out that kind of winged concealer that we created out here on the outside. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. If you'd still like for your nose to be a little bit more lighter, just take that beauty blender right after you're done with the concealer under your eyes. You should have a little bit left over on your beauty blender, and dab that onto the bridge of your nose, and that will lighten it up just a little bit more. If you have any other dark spots on your face, like under your nose here where your nose creates a shadow, or like this little friend here that decided to pop up a couple days ago, put your concealer on those spots and then blend that out well. And again, don't use too much concealer because it really doesn't take a lot. As you can see, the concealer has lightened my eyes right here, and then the cut we made here has lifted my eyes a little bit, cut into that contour and lifted them even more. After making sure that my contour is set and I've put my concealer on, I will use Charlotte Tilbury's Beauty Light Wand. This liquid blush comes in 4 different shades: Pink Gasm, Peach Gasm, Gold Gasm, and Spotlight. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked to have gotten the Peach Gasm, but it was sold out, and I signed up on the email where it's like, sign up for this and as soon as it's in stock we'll let you know. And they emailed me and they let me know that it was back in stock, but not particularly Pinkgasm. Just the fact that these wands were back in stock, period, and I was just so excited, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get the Peachgasm, it's fine. But it's still super pretty. The applicator is the same as the contour wand. Again, you'll just twist this to where it's open, squeeze to the top how much you'd like to use, and then I will do this kind of in a triangle fashion, like 1, 2, 3, sometimes a fourth one out here. Once I get those placed on my face where I want them, same beauty blender. The beauty blender is our best friend because she blends, you know. Take that and the same pattern that I dabbed on the blush, blend that in a triangle fashion, going towards your nose, out towards the corner of your eye, and back down kind of towards your lip. And then come out here and get that fourth little dot that we put out here on our cheekbone. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Like, are you kidding me? Do you see this glow? I'm all about it. So for the highlighter, you will actually pick from the same 4 shades that you pick for your blush. So I chose the Spotlight for my highlighter. Again, same applicator as the other 2. Twist that open, squeeze a little bit to the top of the applicator, close it back, and then here I will do 3 dots directly beside each other, right there like that, on the top, very top of my cheekbone towards my eye, and same thing on the other side. Use your beauty blender and dab that out where we're highlighting the very top of our cheekbone. You can see that I have connected the highlighter up to where the concealer was cutting into my contour, and this just adds to that lifting sensation, that lifting look that we're going for. And then same thing on the other side. If you want, just how we did with the concealer, if you want to brighten up your nose a little bit, use that highlighter that's left over on your beauty blender and dab that onto the bridge of your nose, like so. And sis, we're glowing. But wait, we're not done yet. Next is eyeshadow. If there's anything that I'm not a pro at, it is eyeshadow. But let me tell you, this eyeshadow palette makes it possible for literally anyone to be able to put perfect eyeshadow on and it blend well. I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Luxury Eye Palette. And on the back, she tells you what each color is for. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to dab into this prime color, which is the light one. And then I'm going to work that over all of my eye, making sure to get up as close to my eyebrow as I can and in the corner of my eye, because that's really where we want to prime our eyes and make them look brighter. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this eyeshadow, I don't know what Charlotte Tilbury did in her formulary, but no eyeshadow falls onto your cheekbone, and I know that that's an issue for most eyeshadows. We got a little bit of gunk in here, girls. Next, I will use the enhanced color, which is this one, and I'll dab my brush into that, tap it off the back, and I will apply that on my brow bone, going back and forth, and this is going to give us a little bit of definition in our eyes. And then the same thing on the other side, using the same brush that I used for the enhance, that pink color on my brow bone. I'll use that same brush and dip into the smoke color, which is this one. And I won't do too much because I have small eyes, so I don't have a lot of room to play with, but I'll apply that to the outside corner of my eyes, and I'll go from the outside, not all the way to the middle, but almost, because we're going to use that pop of color to use on most of our eyelid, and then I'll bring that up on my brow bone just a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. So once you've primed your eyes and you've enhanced them and you've added that smoke color, you will go into the pop color, and I like to use my middle finger, because the pop color, especially a glitter, is actually meant to be put on with your finger so we don't get any falling on our cheekbones. And I will go from the corner of my eye and drag that over to meet where we stopped with the smoke color. Once you finish your eyeshadow, I cannot get over how natural and effortlessly that this eyeshadow looks. It looks like you're a pro at putting on eyeshadow and knowing how to blend it, but it also looks like natural and looks like you did this effortlessly. But again, we have to give props to the Charlotte Tilbury. This eyeshadow look I feel like works for any occasion, whether it's just an everyday makeup look or a going out look. If you don't like the pop of color and you think that's more of a special occasion type thing, just get that priming color and put that on your eyelid, and that will make your eyes pop as well. I mentioned earlier that I have pretty small eyes, so I don't have a lot of room to work with, so I usually don't wear liquid eyeliner especially, or a really dark eyeliner. But if that's your thing, sis, go for it. But what I like to do is I like to get a super small brush. I like to wet the end of that brush, and then I will dab that into this smoke color in the eyeshadow palette that I just used, and I will take that and basically make just a little bit of an eyeliner look, but not something that's too overwhelming. And I will go in the same direction that I took that concealer earlier and give my eye an even more of a lifting look. Also, I feel like with doing this type of eyeliner technique, you have a little bit more room to mess up. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. As if that's not obvious already. Does anybody do anything different when you switch sides? No, Casey. If you don't know this trick yet, once again, hold on to your seats because I am about to blow your mind. It's honestly something really simple, but it makes a huge difference. Get your hair dryer. I know we're talking about makeup, but get your hair dryer, and you're going to heat up your eyelash curler just a little bit. I usually turn mine on high heat but low speed, and then I hold my hair dryer to my eyelash curler for about 10 seconds. Once you have warmed up your eyelash curler, place your eyelashes in there. I don't like to hold it. I like to actually pump it a couple times, and then I'll move it and pump it again. And I'll do that 2 or 3 times on both sides. If you didn't already know the hair dryer trick, I cannot wait for you to try it. Your eyelashes are going to look phenomenal. For my mascara, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes. I'm actually using the sample wand right now because I'm waiting for my other tube to come in, because when I ordered the beauty wands that got back in stock, the mascara was out of stock. So I start with my bottom lashes, making sure I really get that on there, and make sure you really get the eyelashes that are in the corner of your eye, because that will create even more definition. Once I put my mascara on my bottom lashes, then I'll move up to my top lashes. Again, making sure to get those corner lashes, and then because some eyeshadow throughout the day will fall onto your eyelashes, I will just brush it a couple of times on that back side of my eyelashes to make sure I get that mascara on there and they don't lighten throughout the day. So, what are the 2 things that we look for in mascara? Well, what are the 2 things Casey looks for in mascara? I look for length. I want a mascara that adds length to my eyelashes, and then I look for volume. I want a mascara that makes my eyelashes look thicker, and Charlotte Tilbury's Push-Up Lashes Mascara does both of those. It adds length, and then it makes your eyelashes look magnified. It adds definition and it adds volume, and we love that. So that completes our basically Charlotte Tilbury glow look that we're going for, whether it's every day or we just feel like glowing that day. Charlotte Tilbury's products get the job done. I am absolutely so excited for the giveaway that I have going on right now. The giveaway starts today, and then you have 5 days to enter. The amount of entries are endless. As long as you're tagging people on my most recent Instagram posts, you get an entry. That giveaway starts today, and that will be ongoing for 5 days, and I will announce the winner next Wednesday, February 23rd. I'm honestly jealous of whoever gets this giveaway, because you get 3 stickers, whether you want to put that on your hydro flask or your laptop case or whatever you may please. You get 3 coffee stickers. You get 2 items from Buff City Soap. You get a Buff City Soap bar, and you get a body scrub. And then the best part of the giveaway is you will get your own Charlotte Tilbury push-up Lashes Mascara. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you got some tips and tricks of how to put on your makeup, some of the products that target a glow look, or even not just a glow look, but if you're going for an everyday look, I feel like this look works for that as well, or even a special occasion. Please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok to keep up with my life a little bit more, because I know I'm so interesting. As always, stay classy and stay cute, and I'll see you on the flippity flip.